See, when I ain't had no money, I still had sauce. If you don't got no sauce, then you lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
So over the weekend, NFL draft, Shedeur Sandeers was the trending topic. A lot of people predicted that he would be picked in the first round, including me. And unfortunately, he fell to the fifth round and was picked 144. And as a result, everybody was speculating on what was going on. But this was the most viewed draft in NFL history in a long ass time. Now, everybody watched for the full weekend, not just Thursday. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We watched every round just to figure out when he was going to get drafted. And he failed to pick 144. I thought that the Steelers should have picked him, you know what I'm saying, with the 21st pick in the first round. He didn't. Then I thought he was going to get picked by the Steelers in the second round, maybe in the third round. Didn't happen. And a lot of people started speculating, well, it was collusion amongst the owners. A lot of people thought that, well, he needs to be humble, just hating this shit. And then people were speculating because, it's because of Coach Prime and all this other shit. They being racist and all this other shit like that. At the end of the day, I think the worst part about that situation is we ain't going to never know. We ain't going to never know. Other than maybe some owners came in that draft room and said, take his black ass off that board. That's the only thing I could think of because the Steelers need a quarterback. They got Mason fucking Rudolph as they starting quarterback right now. You can't tell me that you didn't need Shedeur. And he got picked by the Browns after they picked Dylan Gabriel, and he's way better than Dylan Gabriel. But somehow, some way, they did that, and then the GM for the Browns, he came out and said, I really fought to get Shedeur. So maybe that adds to the theory of,
He said that or the owner?
No, the GM. The GM said that, and the Browns have a black GM as well. So it's like maybe you did have to fight with the owner and be like, hey, man, we really do need him, and yada, yada, yada. I think that this situation, the worst part about the situation is that he lost over $40 million.
Yeah, but he ain't broke.
He ain't broke, but you still lost over $40 million, and for what?
Yeah, that'll piss me off. I'd probably be more upset if he was like broke and he got cheated out of millions of dollars. I don't know if it was collusion. I think it sucked. I think he was a late first round quarterback, second round quarterback for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No later than the second round. Him falling in the draft didn't have nothing to do with football. That was obvious. It sucks, bro. Like I don't know if it was collusion. Football is some old boys shit, like some old boys club shit. And like once some niggas decide that they not fucking with you, all of the shit that they put into him taking his pre-draft interviews, niggas take pre-draft interviews all the time and get picked. Niggas take pre-draft interviews on purposely, like, don't pick me and get picked. All the fucking time. A lot of people were saying, like, his attitude doesn't match his talent and, like, if you're going to carry yourself like prime time, you got to be prime time and he's not that. That's fair. I also, would challenge you with, did you see his O-line last year? They weren't good, but he was. So maybe we give him a shot, with a second round pick. Dylan Gabriel's terrible. Let me not say terrible. He played at Oregon. He's not a good. He's
a backup. He's a destined backup.
I don't know if he's gonna be a backup. He's gonna play
third stringer. He's gonna be a third stringer.
He'll play the league for. He'll play the league for a little while.
He's gonna be in the UFL. Watch this.
He's not better than Shedeur. The guy that got picked from Louisville has been
Tyler Shaw.
Tyler Shaw had been in college 8 years and started 1 year. 7 years and played 1 year. I mean,
he got injury issues.
Yeah, he got injury issues, and you're not that good. He wasn't good at the combine. He wasn't good throwing against air. He was missing passes. So for those two guys to go ahead of him, and then my quarterback from Alabama, who
Milroe
wasn't good like that in college either, and people were projecting him to play another position in the league. Well, they do that to black quarterbacks, but it wasn't like Lamar where it was like, hey, we were not gonna stand this. It was maybe you talk to him about DB, brother. Like Nick Marshall at Auburn. Like he didn't get to play quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
We didn't raise our arms and stomp our feet on that one either. Like sometimes some of them niggas gotta go switch positions. They thought Jalen Milroe was gonna be one of them dudes. Hopefully he work out in Seattle though. I hope it work out with him.
Yeah, he got time to learn.
He got time to learn. So hopefully that'll work out for him. But Shedeur was really, really, really good in college, especially for the team he was on, with the line they had. He got a receiver that won the Biletnikoff. He got receivers that went in the draft this year because they played with him. Mm-hmm. I think it's sad that he went through all of that in the world. The good thing, the reason why I'm not as down as a lot of people are on it is he seemed fine. Him and his brothers and all of his family, they stayed locked in. They watched the draft. They streamed the whole thing. So you could see his reaction to certain things. His older brother making jokes about them falling in the draft and shit like that. Shout out to Shiloh for how he was acting. You know what I'm saying? They was in good spirits. And when he finally got drafted, they were happy as fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Them niggas is rich. He not tripping on that 40 million. He think about that contract he gonna get when he prove a lot of niggas wrong. People are gonna lose their jobs over him being picked. And that's just how it is, bro. I don't really care about the nigga attitude because he ain't never got in trouble nowhere. He ain't never been arrested. He ain't never put his hands on no females. He ain't never threw nobody out no fucking car. He ain't left the scenes of no accidents. He ain't beat his girlfriend up. He ain't did none of that shit. People just don't like that he be talking shit, wearing watches and shit, and he not the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't give a fuck about that. Baker Mayfield went number 1 in the draft. You know what I'm saying? He was running around acting like a dick, running from the cops. He went number 1. Johnny Manziel, open alcoholic. Openly an alcoholic. Everybody knew he had problems. First round quarterback. Tim Tebow, objectively terrible. Everybody knew it. First round quarterback. I don't really care if you like are kind of a dick in your pre-draft meetings. Like, think about that. You're not gonna pick a nigga because you don't like the answer. Not because you don't think he can play or you don't think you can work with him on the field, but you don't like that he argued with you when y'all were going over film. So you're not gonna pick him. Guess what you get to pick? A new job. Because you're not gonna be Jackson Dart to the Giants. Jackson Dart, I like Jackson Dart when he was at USC. Jackson Dart was supposed to go.
Ole Miss.
He was at USC before he went to Ole Miss.
Oh, I know.
His freshman year, he was at USC. I was like, damn, who is this nigga? He cool. It didn't work out at USC, so he went to Ole Miss. And I was like, okay, this is cool. It ain't elite. He was a second-round quarterback. The Giants picked Jackson Dart because the Giants, well, I'll put it like this. Tell me the last black quarterback the Giants picked.
Okay, I'm with everything that you're saying, but do you really think that Shedeur can really prove the naysayers wrong starting for the Browns?
Yeah, the Browns not terrible. I mean, the Browns.
Look at that division. Look at that division, bro. That's the AFC North.
He don't have to win the division his rookie year, and ain't no telling how the division gonna play out. Mike Tomlin not gonna coach the Steelers forever. He's not gonna coach it forever.
That's a fact.
And they're not going. And right
but
now,
you're not even thinking about just the Steelers. I'm talking about you got
Ravens.
Baltimore, you got Cincinnati. Both all three of those defenses is stacked. Them boys gonna play. They hit in the AFC North.
They do. The AFC North is one of the toughest. It's been one of the toughest divisions my whole life. I don't think that. First of all, I don't think like Burrow is like unassailable. So yeah, I think they can win games against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I think the games that he plays against the Ravens will be tough and learning experiences and shit like that. But you need that kind of shit. It's tough when Joe Burrow go play the Ravens. Yeah. It's tough when the Steelers go play Joe Burrow. Like but those organizations are working towards winning. They want to win. I think the Browns are working towards winning that.
What?
I think. I'm
really
trying to say.
You really believe that?
I think that because the dude you talking about, the owner. I mean, you talking about the GM. When Jimmy Haslam took over, maybe what was that? 2018. I'm so ass for not having this off the top of my head. I didn't know we was gonna talk about this. But whenever that new owner showed up and they started to actually make headway when Baker was the quarterback and he traded for OBJ and all those different things, they've shown that they'll do things to try to win. For like 15 years of my life, the Browns didn't do anything ever to try to win and go in the positive
So
direction.
because you signed a quote-unquote star, you're doing things to try to win.
Who signed the star?
The Browns.
What star they signed?
I mean, you just said you talked about Baker, you talked about OBJ.
Oh, they traded for no. They traded for OBJ, but I'm saying making moves like that does show that you're trying to.
But that's one player
in a winning direction. Yeah, but when they drafted, what I'm talking about is the risk that they were willing to take. They didn't take risks as a franchise my entire life. Baker Mayfield at 1 was a risk. And looking back at it, outside of Lamar, he was the best quarterback in the draft.
Yes.
So that was a great pick for them.
Yeah.
Trading
it
for
didn't
OBJ,
work out. Why didn't it work out?
It didn't work out
because that organization is not built on winning. They're not trying to go win.
It didn't work out because they had bad coaching.
Okay, and they keep having bad coaches.
I don't even know who their coach is right now.
Exactly.
So I can't speak to that. I think that they're moving in the right direction. I think when they went, even the move going after Deshaun Watson, dropping their nuts like they did, they were down to compete. That team would have been good if Deshaun was healthy. That first year and last year they weren't bad, and they were playing Joe Flacco. So I think if you have a quarterback,
It was Jameis.
It wasn't Jameis and Flacco.
No, it was Jameis last year.
Okay, well
Flacco just came back.
Okay, you played Jameis and were winning football games. Though the point still stands. Like you have talent on the team.
Okay,
they have receivers. They have good corners. I know off the top of my head. They have good defensive linemen. I don't know what their linebacker situation looks like off the top of my head.
They got to get new linebackers.
O-linemen. So they can figure something out. I know that the O-line that he had at Colorado versus the O-line for the Browns is going to be night and day. He ain't never going to have had that much time in his life.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you two questions right here. First of all, you mentioned the re-up contract that Shedeur could get after he proves the naysayers wrong. Do you really think that Shedeur's contract is going to reset the market, being that he was a 5th-round draft pick and they let him fall that far? Do you think that his re-up contract
play good?
Okay, but how good will he have to play to reset the market as a quarterback?
Bro, if he's if he's like the best quarterback in the draft this year, he'll get the money.
Oh, that's not what I'm asking you. They deliberately let you fall to the 5th round.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're gonna do that to you on your draft day, do you think that they would still? No, I'm asking you. Do you think that they would let him sign a contract that resets the market for quarterbacks when they already let him fall to the 5th round?
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about that. That shit, that's not gonna come down to how they feel about Shedeur personally or whatever the fuck. If his numbers say that he's an upper echelon quarterback in the NFL, they'll have no choice but to pay. Kirk Cousins is rich than a motherfucker, nigga.
Yeah, but do you know how he got that though?
Yeah, I know how he got that shit, but he still got $100 million after the franchise tags and all that shit.
Yeah,
them niggas, bro. And when he was franchise tagged,
who gave it to him though?
Hold on, look though.
That $100 million, he the Falcons, and we was desperate.
Hold on, look. Exactly. It's always something. First of all, he didn't get that from us, did he?
$100 million? Yeah.
He got $100 million from us, but he got money before that from somebody else. Yeah. Where was he playing before that? The Vikings.
Washington and the Vikings.
Yeah, he got $100+ million from the Vikings.
Yeah.
And then he got another 100 from the Falcons. Remember that.
But he played on 2 franchise tags to do that. But here's the thing, though. Hold up. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, though. He was never expected to do anything. He was RG3's backup. They took him as insurance for RG3.
Them niggas took that nigga on purpose, bro. They didn't want RG3.
They drafted RG3 in the first round.
What happened? I'm telling you, the Shanahan. I've listened to Kyle Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan's dad. That was the coach of the Broncos back in the day. And I listened to RG3 and his pops.
Mike Shanahan.
I don't know why I couldn't think of Mike, but they wanted Kurt. But the owner wanted RG3.
Okay, well, hey,
that's fucked up.
Either way, but either way, here's the thing. I really don't think that they are going to let this man reset the market as a quarterback. Why? We ain't have to. We don't have to do shit.
Because it's not even when it come to this is what niggas in the league have told me about their contract shit. Because I done seen niggas get paid.
Me too.
And been like, damn, okay, I still don't get how this shit works. So niggas just them. All the other positions negotiate their contracts.
Yeah.
Shit, for real. You're not really negotiating a contract with a quarterback. The market says what the market says. So if it's time for a nigga, if a nigga on a rookie deal and he's shown like he done made the playoff games, he's made the playoffs 2 years in a row or made the wild card this first year, then the playoffs the second year, the number is the number, nigga. Whoever got paid last, I'm finna either get exactly what he got or a few dollars more than what he got. Or a few dollars is relative. We talking millions of dollars right now. But that's what niggas get. It don't matter it don't matter how they feel about you. Like, think of the Bucks. The Bucks paid Jameis. If you have shown that you're not terrible, you will be paid. If you a quarterback and niggas want you to play for them, you will be paid.
Okay.
Baker just got paid.
Oh, he earned that. He earned
it. But I'm saying Baker, these niggas be mid, and I'm not saying they mid like bad, but I'm saying Baker. If you was ranking the quarterbacks, Baker would probably be in that 12 to 15 range of quarterbacks in the NFL. If Baker can get paid, Shedeur can get paid. Even though Baker shit didn't reset the market. What we talking
reset the market.
What he's talking about,
you the highest paid.
You can't. If a quarterback wins playoff games for you, you can't get away with not resetting the market. That's just how that shit works.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Like while you was talking, I was trying to think of the last time a quarterback was above average and didn't reset the market. Them niggas, Kyler Murray reset the market. Nigga, you don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
He was good for a year and a half. That's all it takes. He played quarterback. The Cardinals still don't want to pick a new quarterback.
Okay, but the reason why I asked you this is because in the draft, everybody got some baggage on them. Everybody got dirt on them. And just like you said, they still get drafted, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this dude don't got no bad shit on him other than, I really don't like his attitude or whatever like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they already fucked him out of $40 million. That's why I'm asking that question. Why would I let you reset the market when I already was fucking with you on that side then?
Because right now they have the argument of he's just not special.
Okay.
We don't think he's special enough for the way he carries himself. He go in the league and he looks special. How do you justify to your fans that you lost a starting quarterback?
What's special at this point? Because at the end of
this point is being a quarterback that can win playoff games. And I don't mean the nigga got to be Patrick Mahomes. All the nigga got to do is win games. Cleveland ain't won 11 games my entire fucking life. If they win 11 games, they'll throw a fucking parade for that nigga. Okay. I'm telling you, it's not that, bro.
Once he gets to that starting position,
he's gonna play it. He's gonna end up playing this shit.
I think so too. I think so too.
When you look at their quarterback roster, none of them niggas be healthy anyway. And Deshaun's hurt. I think Joe Flacco is still on the roster. Joe Flacco coming off an injury and he like 50 fucking years old. 2008 draft.
Kenny Pickett. Dylan Gabriel.
Who's terrible by the way. And then Dylan Gabriel. He'll get a chance to play. The fans are gonna clamor.
Of course.
This is what they'll do. They're going to put him in the game and put him in a sink or swim situation to shut the fans up if it come down to it, because that's what niggas like to do. I don't see a situation where he going to go out there and throw for 500 yards his first game. But what I do think is he's a good quarterback. He was the most accurate nigga in the draft. From the way he looked at Colorado dealing with like the pressure that he used to have, him with a professional O-line is going to look like something. I don't know if he got the arm strength to wow niggas, but he gonna be dotting that shit up. And the way that the Browns like to play football with running the ball and shit like that, he gonna be perfect for their offense, I think, which is why I was surprised they picked Dylan Gabriel, because Dylan Gabriel doesn't play like that. He doesn't play like in that system. He doesn't like playing outside. The nigga from California and went to Oregon, you draft him to play in Cleveland. When Shedeur was playing in fucking Boulder, Colorado, it just didn't make sense. But I get what you're saying. Why would we reward you when we're punishing you for how you carry yourself? Man, the NFL is a business of what have you done for me lately? Nigga?
It's facts.
And if them niggas in that fucking building, first of all, think about it like this, because I guarantee you, if he end up, remember that we having this conversation, if he ends up they starting quarterback, how it's going to be pitched is we were able to grab him in the 5th round. He fell right into our laps. They're going to ignore the fact that the Browns passed on him multiple times and drafted a quarterback ahead of him that probably will be out of the league by the time that this is like coming to fruition.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, man, I felt bad for him because it was embarrassing, and then I saw how he was acting about it. I didn't feel as bad for him anymore. They're not broke, so he probably fine. The money he probably is losing. He probably losing money leaving college this year. But at the same time,
he making less money as a rookie quarterback than he did in college due to NIL.
I believe that. So, if that's all of this shit is temporary. We talking about 2 years of your life, bro. 2-3 years of your life.
Nah, because also another thing is they could pick up the 5th-year option on his contract.
What, on his rookie shit?
Yeah.
I think rookie, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I think
fourth, 5th year, so they may ride that out.
Contracts like that when they go that low in the draft. I think the lower you go in the draft, the shorter the contract. He went 5th round.
Yeah, so it may be 3.
Yeah, he might have like
maybe 3 years. Okay,
I know like what you talking about. Like that's like Cam Ward got a 5th year.
Yeah,
like he got a 5th year. I don't think Shedeur got a 5th year, but that might be. He might have got drafted right in the cutoff round, the 5th, because I know 6th and 7th rounders, they don't get nothing like that. Like, they get like a year or 2 years. But yeah, bro, hopefully that shit shake out. Shiloh ended up going to the Buccaneers, got a shot with Todd Bowles. Shout out to Todd Bowles.
And I think he gonna make it. I think he gonna make it.
I think so he just got work on his feet, work on his coverage skills and shit like that.
Yeah,
he probably get better at that. But I wouldn't worry about Shedeur.